Alright, ladies and gentlemen, today we are going to be working on our Pen and Ink Technique Worksheet. Now, there are a few different types of materials that you're going to need in order to be able to do this worksheet. You're first going to need some ink, because we're actually using ink. Here I have a bottle of Higgins waterproof drawing ink. I'm going to have this bottle available along with these little plastic cups that you're actually going to put the ink in, which will be easier to dip and eventually spill everywhere. Fun. Okay, so on the worksheet, first off, you're going to write your name, and then you're going to grab your materials. You want to grab the cup with the ink. You're going to grab a pen. Some of them will have nibs already in it, some of them will not. A nib is these pen points. Unlike the pens that you use on a daily basis, these do not already have the ink in them. So these little nibs are what we use to write with these old school pens. There are many different sizes. Some are thicker than others. It's really up to you how you want to do it. I like the thinner ones. It's easier, in my opinion, to make sure that you're not putting too much ink on the paper. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to choose a nib. I'm going to go with that one. And you're going to put it in the top of your pen. Just making sure it's nice and tight. You're just going to push it in there until it's there. Some of them you need to move around. Some of them you could just push right in. Now, here we're going to start on the worksheet. Let me zoom in. Again, first thing you do is you write your name. It could be in pen, it could be in pencil, it could be in colored pencil. Okay. Hatching is this first one. Use parallel lines to create value. The closer the lines are, the darker the value becomes. Exactly like what you did with the colored pencil and the charcoal. Now, this is where it's going to be fun, because we're going to dip our pen in the ink. Get some ink on that pen. See how it's underneath? It's the ink. And you're just going to write. Now, somewhere along the lines, you may need to dip back in. So you dip back in. You go ahead and you start making your lines. The only thing you don't want to do, don't poke a hole through your paper. That would actually cause problems because you get ink all over the table. Okay. Let's make sure, no poking through the paper. Nope. There's your value scale. Now, shade the forms. Remember to follow the contour of the form, curved lines on the round object. Meaning, you're going to actually use hatching to create the shadows and the shading. So we're going to pretend that our sun, our light source, is right there. That's our little light source coming out, which means our shadows, helps if there's ink on the pen, are out here. Okay, so the lightest part is up here, darkest part down here. and fourths dipping it. Squares. Darkest part is always going to be on this side if the light's over here. So the darkest one here, light here, kind of medium here. And that is hatching. We're going to move over. Cross hatching. Ooh, scribble. We're going to move over. We're just going to go over. Scribble. Use scribble lines to create values. The closer the lines are, the darker the value becomes. It's very simple. Scribble, 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 scribble. Again, you don't want to poke a hole in it. Be careful. Okay, so we're going to go over and down to cross hatching. Same thing like we did with the colored pencil and the charcoal. You're going to intersect these lines. So we're going to go one diagonal, and then again on a second diagonal. Again, try not to poke a hole through the paper. Ooh, that was a lot of ink all at once. Got to be careful with that.